Britlin Lee here. I am super excited to be a part of this process and to share how I write with you. Recently, I wrote a few cues for a sci-fi movie, and it was a wonderful experience. I got to write for 3 different scenes between Jeff Fahey and Rachel Brooks Smith. They basically play a father and daughter who parted ways for a long time, and now under the circumstances that they're in, they have to figure out a way of working together. Here is a still shot of one of the scenes that I was working on. I use Cubase, which is wonderful. I could get lost for hours upon hours upon hours working on music through Cubase. I love it. It feels like I am a part of the orchestra, and it sounds so real. It's wonderful. I could keep going about that. When I first get a scene, I try to become a part of whatever I'm watching. And it's more so than, getting to know the script or getting to know the story or anything like that. I pretend that I am the characters. I am Rachel, I am Jeff. I am a part of the experience as if it is a real one. I always want to make it that it's genuine. It's not just, a movie with a script. It's a real story. That's what I tell myself in my head. And then, I walk away from it, or I immediately start getting ideas and I stack them up from, the tonal center. I figure out what elements and what tones will accommodate the scene the best, because I have learned that you never want to take away from a scene. You want to give it breathing room. I learned a lot too from my college experience with understanding how important, how valuable emotion is. You could learn theory, you could learn history, ear training, sight singing. You could learn all these things, but it is so important to remember to put your heart into everything and to remember that you are telling a story with whatever you create, even if it has no words at all. When I write music for TV, my music doesn't have any words. It's them. They have the words. And I have to support them fully, and I have to make sure that whatever I am writing translates into the exact language they're using. If they weren't talking at all, and all you heard was the music, would the music convey what you see visually on screen? I think that's the most important. And when I watch composers mute the dialogue and just look at it visually and listen to their music, and then if they put the dialogue back and it feels compelling and it feels like, if they didn't even have the dialogue, it would be just as great. That is exactly what we should do. It shouldn't be separated into 2 categories. Being a composer is a lot like being a director and being an actor and being a screenwriter. It's this whole creative process where just like with a painting, you need the canvas, you need, your tools, you need people that with their own eyes will look at your work and have their own perspective and connect to it. Everything is like parts of a whole. You have to be a team player as a composer to be successful and to get anything done. Like I was saying, I go step by step. I write whatever I feel. That's my first step. The second step is making sure that I respect the other players, the other performers. Is it balanced? Does it work? And then I take it apart piece by piece. I will mute the dialogue. I will take away the music again, or take away a couple of instruments and see if these certain instruments still support whatever is on screen, and I'll bring them all back up again, and maybe I'll delete one of them because it's not needed, or I'll add a little element here or element there that's needed. The other point that I wanted to make is you never should underestimate what you're writing. Sometimes we add too many layers to something because we're really trying to prove that melody or that harmony or anything like that. But voicing is so vital. If you have the third here in the viola part, for instance, you know, and if it feels very rich in that place, you know, then don't put it up with the violins. If it's not needed there, then don't do it. It is all about tone at the end of the day. So I always make sure that I balance things out, that each chord sounds as open and that it rings. Like, all these different things are so vital. Because of my music theory training, I always hear all these different tones within the chord that people usually don't hear. And it actually helps me a lot, because now that I hear all the other tones ringing out, I can really feel the emotion even more from the vibrations that are coming out. And then I could really tell what I should deduct from that chord and what makes it ring even more vibrantly or clearly. As you could see, I love harmony, I love anything vocal, and I also try to add a vocal element to anything I write. If there's like a melody that, you know, I would think someone would hum or chant, or if they were in a moment of pain or joy, what that would sound like. And sometimes I'll give it to an instrument, but I always want it to be singable. And I notice that people connect more to that than anything else that I've written. That is basically my creative process. I hope that it is helpful to keep on writing, keep on believing in yourself. We all are creators, we all are storytellers, and I believe in you. Bye!